Hey, this is Dakota. I'm here at my booth at the SoCal Guitar Show. Dakota's Cool Guitars. I'm a guitar tech. I tour with bands and maintain collections for some studios and some artists. And this is part of my collection and some great stuff for sale. Got some cool artist use stuff right here. These two are from Billy Joe from Green Day. This one he bought at Chicago Music Exchange. Shout out to those guys, they're very cool. This one is another 61 that he used on tour. Really awesome, super lightweight, plays amazing. It's got a lot of finish wear and checking. This one's called Chip. It's got a headstock chip. So lots of cool photos and videos of him playing that one. I love this photo of him buying it. Like, you know, we're all guitar nerds, so it's just fun to see somebody like him, who is obviously a great player and an amazing band, into still buying guitars and still being excited about something. So I just think that's kind of a fun one. But let's take a tour around the booth and show you some more. So this is a 67 J160E, which is the John Lennon guitar. This is a little bit later with the narrow nut, so someone with small hands, that's an excellent guitar. This is really cool. Actually, this is a Divided by 13, which is a boutique builder out of Orange County. This belonged to Chris Allen of Neon Trees and was used on tour and used on some of their big songs. So I tech for them, and we've moved to a smaller setup, so trying to help them out, selling this at the show. And tons of really crazy stuff here. We've got a Rainbow Crackle BC Rich with paperwork and a whole, it's got the case and all that stuff. This one's really special. It's got all these names carved into it. Some really heavy hitters. Tony Rice is one of my favorite guitar players. Larry Sparks, amazing cross picker. Bill Monroe, the basically godfather of bluegrass. Tons of great names on here. And I have the knife they used to carve their names into this guitar, which was wild. So that's a fun one. Aluminum Stratocaster. It's made out of metal, which is just a very bizarre guitar. They didn't make those very long. This is a prototype electrical guitar company, TT2, which is similar to like a Tele Deluxe, really special. This is a incredibly rare maple fingerboard Jackson Soloist, just with what they call the toothpaste logo, kind of cool. Some other kind of crazy ones. This right here is a Moser, which is Neil Moser. He worked for BC Rich, and this is a graphic guitar with a Dick Tracy comic book strip. I believe there's less than 10 of these in the world. Very cool, just it's a very niche thing. A lot of fun, you know, pretty silly. This was painted by Dan Lawrence, a famous graphic designer. I have another one of Dan Lawrence's paintings down there on a guitar. Really cool vintage P-bass. This was modified to have a jazz bass pickup, and the original pickup is under here, so they call this a PJ. Really cool, very vibrant, nice player, you know. Some other crazy ones, this was actually in this catalog. This is the Schecter catalog from '98. This was shown at the NAMM show. Unbelievable, like hand-painted recreation of the Birth of Venus. There's only one of these. It's labeled 01, and it's signed on the inside by the artist. And then sometimes I just have some of my own stuff. I built this acoustic when I was at Roberto Venn's School of Luthery. It's been toured with and played on a bunch of albums, and yeah, so might as well just show it off while I'm here. People enjoy that. I let people play it. This is a really, really clean 1979 Fender Stratocaster. Hardtail, meaning it doesn't have a tremolo or a whammy bar. Very clean, big chunky neck. This is a really great player. I'm hoping this goes to a nice home and someone who really appreciate it. I play that one in the meantime, so if it doesn't sell, it's okay. Some other great stuff. 335. This is a 59 reissue dot neck, one of the early ones with the sought-after Tim Shaw pickups. It's a great, great guitar. Some oddball stuff. This is actually a Japanese copy of a Fender where they got sued over this logo because it looks so much like the word Fender, what they call the spaghetti logo. And this is in absolutely incredible condition. Really vibrant, colors kept. and it's a great playing bass. A newer Seymour Duncan pickup in there, and big neck, feels great. This is the other Dan Lawrence painting right here. This one is signed, the other one is not. Really nice heritage with a pick guard that actually has made from flame maple with binding, which is so cool. So, nice little option there. And then a couple really nice acoustics. This is one of my favorite builders, Huss & Dalton. They're a U.S. builder down south, and this is Australian Blackwood, really, really nice. Having this at the show, and if this sells, I'm giving 10% of the proceeds to, actually 10% of the whole sale, I should say, to help fighting the fires in Australia, because what's going on over there is absolutely crazy. And I would feel bad if I made money on something while that's going on and not help in some way. So 10% going to go to there. And something really special here, this is Brazilian rosewood. There are not a lot of these guitars in existence. This is from 1997. It was a really special run, and they all don't have this kind of figuring, and yeah, there's less than 100 of these in existence, and it plays and sounds unbelievable. Very happy with that one. And we got a couple more, really wacky pieces over here. This is a 1983 Fender Stratocaster in Lake Placid Blue. It's a 57 reissue, Fullerton from the original plant. Really, really nice. It sounds awesome, and it's just a really crazy color. They're usually not this vibrant and blue and like electric blue, but this one is. And then as we go down the line, some great amps, really classic Fender stuff. We're in California out here, everyone had to have a Fender back in the day. So we got 65 Princeton, absolutely, like, you could eat off of it, it's so clean. This was from the 60s, and as it went into the 70s, they went to these silver ones with the blue logos, so that would be a 70s deluxe reverb. This was a custom one that someone had relicked and looks really cool. But as we go down the line, lots of more amps, lots of pedals, really special stuff here. This is from 1907. This is a bullback mandolin from Martin, and just absolutely stunning condition. And it sounds, I can't play mandolin, but it sounds good. Kind of fun. And right here is one of my favorite guitars of all time. 1962 Gibson ES 330. Factory one pickup, factory Bigsby with the case. This was a special order guitar. I have never seen another one in person. I know of one other one in someone's collection that I have not actually seen, but I heard about it. And this plays and sounds incredible. Really nice figuring in the wood here. Perfect neck. They're just amazing. And something really special. Johnny Marr from the Smiths, of course, hand painted this for a charity auction. This is a one of one, and signed it. And this is one of the coolest pieces I've seen in a while. I ran out of room, even though this spot's huge. I have a small table here, bunch of pedals, usually a little neater than this, but some really, really special stuff here. An old fuzz face, you really can't go wrong with one of these. It's got BC 109 silver transistors in it, which I believe David Gilmour had those in his when he used a fuzz face on the solo for Time off of Dark Side of the Moon. So this kind of nails that sound. Something really funny. These pedals here, I've got a bunch of them, these octave pedals. And as silly as it is, the extra R on there, octaver instead of octave, they're still the same pedal, OC2. These are highly, highly collectible because of that R. They got rid of it on the first runs. So I've got, if you want one of these, I've got one without the box. I've got the octaver without the box. Got the octaver with the box. Got the octave by itself, one with the box. So lots of options. And some really, really cool stuff. This is a classic pedal. This is what Eddie Van Halen used on all the early Van Halen stuff. It's a Phase 90. One of those, one owner with the box, super clean. Rat distortion pedal with the box, just because, why not? This is what they call the Mummy logo. There's a mummy on there. This sounds like perfect 70s funk, kind of like you can get some really wacky sounds out of it. This is one of the rarest pedals I've ever had. Extremely early, first generation, I believe, Memory Man. Gray with the box and paperwork. Never seen another one. Yeah, so that. And the last one I want to show you here is something really special. These two, actually. This one's not for sale. This is a buddy of mine, Eric Wilson from Sublime. This was one of his basses that he used on tour, and gave it to me in a trade and wanted me to have it. I helped him find this bass. These are Chris Selander out of Denmark, one of the best bass builders in the world. So this was used on tour, and just a really cool piece. So again, that one's not for sale, but I love playing that one, and everyone's a Sublime fan around here, so why not show it off? And this is really special. This is Doyle from the Misfits. He painted this, and it actually has a silk screen Crimson Ghost on the back, where when they were making their own t-shirts, this is not a sticker, and it has the case with their logo on it from back in the day. So this is really, really cool. There's not a lot of guitars that he played in the original lineup, so that one was, I found that, and that's a whole nother story. So thanks for taking a tour of the booth. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to check me out online, dakotascoolguitars.com will take you to my Reverb store, Instagram, Dakota's Cool Guitars, and you have to check me out there on YouTube. So thanks for checking it out.